Hey everyone, it's Chaucer for the Rough Cuts on Sunday. Hope you all had a great week and are staying cool this summer. It's been scorching. Oops. Today I'm going to be talking about a film from 1973 entitled The Day of the Jackal. This was directed by Fred Zinnemann, who also did other films such as From Here to Eternity, also High Noon. This was based off of a novel by Frederick Forsyth, who also wrote Dogs of War, as well as The Odessa File, both of which were made into pretty good films. This is a really, really good espionage thriller. I love this film. It's starring Edward Fox, who was basically pretty not well known at the time, and Frederick Zinnemann wanted that. He didn't want someone who was famous because then people would just say, oh, that's Michael Caine playing an assassin, that's, Roger Moore playing an assassin. So he wanted an unknown. He liked the idea of the whole anonymous factor to this. And Edward Fox does an amazing job in this film, just playing a very cold, calculating contract killer. Now, this film, as well as most of Forsyth's work, it's mixed with historical fact as well as fiction. During the early 1960s, when this film is taking place, there were several attempts and plots against President Charles de Gaulle of France by the OAS, who was a group mainly consisting of French foreign legionnaires who were Algerian or based in Algeria. And in the beginning of this film, it is basically reenacting the assassination attempt on Charles de Gaulle, August 22nd of 1962. And so at the time, Frederick Forsyth was a journalist, the light's fading. Frederick Forsyth was a journalist, and he was wondering what it would take for someone to successfully assassinate President de Gaulle. And so that's when he started formulating this novel. He wrote it over a period of 6 weeks. And he decided that you would have to be a contract killer in order to successfully perform this assassination. And so he went about in the novel, the group finding the contract killer, who the perfect contract killer would be, and then all of the steps that that person would have to take from beginning up until the actual assassination. So it's very, very involved. It's 2.5 hours long, but it's incredibly good. It stays pretty true to the novel, although it does stray at some points, just basically because of time constraints. And some parts of it in the film, it really wouldn't work that well as it does in a novel. But I highly recommend this. I also recommend Dogs of War and Odessa File if you ever want to watch that. This is definitely not light watching. It isn't something that you just sit down on a weeknight and say, hey, I really feel like watching a movie. Let me watch Day of the Jackal. No, it's something that you really have to pay attention to. It's very involved. If you just catch the middle of it, you're going to be completely lost. But, definitely check this one out if you've got time. 2.5 hours to spare for a film. Give it a go. It's very good. This was remade. I think it was Bruce Willis that was in it, called The Jackal. I didn't care very much for The Jackal, but a lot of my friends really liked it. But I would recommend this. It might be slow for some people, but every part in it plays a role in the overall scheme of things. So definitely give it a go, and I will see you all next week. Until then, goodbye.